The British! The British are coming! Political rhetoric. For my people.
This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, this ain't what you want.
Let's get to it. After a while, the Great Awakening occurs. There's like a revitalization of religious feelings, energized by revival meetings.
God damn!
And the introduction of new dominations, Baptist,
Evil is
Presbyterian.
That's what I say. Evil must be good. Let me hear y'all say it. Evil is good.
We're still slaves though. Yeah, we're still slaves. We're still reading the book of the Bible that says, obey thy master.
That nigga that don't obey his Lord, that's his master, you see? That there nigga shall be beaten with many stripes.
Colonies were ways to create favorable trade balance because they both produced raw materials and bought back finished goods made from those raw materials. Some of those materials were like tobacco, sugar, and slaves.
Great Britain got wind of that. They was like, oh hell no. King George III ruled over Great Britain. And he saw that shit and he was not having it. I'm home. Paul Revere, you know, the British are coming.
The British Parliament, they decided to add on taxes. The British Navigation Acts, the closing of Western lands, the Quartering Act, the Stamp Act, Sugar Act, Tea Act.
They ain't happy. Even though they got their own world, like, it's like, damn, let people live. Bruh, like, who cares? Greed. Chaos.
Don't boo, vote.
They wasn't having it. Like, yo, I refuse to let you have a decent land. Mind you, we still slaves. But I refuse to let you have a decent land and whatnot and live good, live well. A lot of slaves did wake up. They were woke to what was going on. They did see, you know, the contradiction between, you know, the morality of having slaves versus equality and freedom. Like, this ain't cool. Something ain't right here.
Beware of false prophets who come dressed in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravening wolves.
Like I said, we had slaves that stepped up to the plate.
You just might be a black Bill Gates in the making.
There were a lot of slaves that did lobby for their freedom. They actually protested and marched in the streets. And they actually marched carrying signs saying liberty, liberty. And we did have some whites that were actually supportive and stood by our side. What happened during the Boston Massacre
was a street fight between a patriot mob throwing snowballs, stones, and sticks, and a squad of British soldiers, and is seen as an important event in American history because it united the colonists against Britain, which would eventually lead to the Revolutionary War.
Come on in! Let's have a massacre!
A massacre?
Come on!
What's the matter?
Okay!
Where's the stereo? Can you see it?
You know, 5 people died, I think. Yeah, about them slave ships, slaves being a massacre every damn day. Chaos. Boston Tea Party. Yo, what's the tea? Okay.
Members of the Sons of Liberty, disguised as Mohawk Indians, led by Samuel Adams, dumped crates of tea into the Boston Harbor as a protest against the Tea Act.
You're so scared. You think it was your fault?
The British, they shut down Boston Harbor until all of the 340 chests of British East India Company tea were paid for.
Then again, that's none of my business.
Just tea, though.
If I was a slave, I'm like, look, I ain't getting paid, and I know how good tea is. baby, I'm gonna be on the side and thing like,
Oh, and by the way, I ain't learned none of this shit in school. And if I did, don't remember.